500 million Indians. Today, that is the total number of internal migrants. The ones mainly affected by this lockdown are the worker migrants. So, we are talking about 150 million plus people in the country who move from their home state to another for work. From March through May, around 10 million migrant workers fled India's megacities, afraid to be unemployed, hungry, and far from family during the world's biggest anti COVID lockdown. Now, as Asia's third largest economy slowly reopens, the effects of that massive relocation are crippling across the country. Urban industries don't have enough workers to get back to capacity, and rural states worry that without the flow of remittances from the city, already poor families will be even worse off, and a bigger strain on state coffers. Rishi Gupta, the CEO of FinoBank, recently said migrants are in no hurry to come back. They're saying that they're not thinking of going back at all. But the larger picture here is, as there is a growing discontent amongst these migrant workers about their conditions in the urban side of the country and the way they have been treated all these years, will these workers completely shun these urban shackles and turn to making a livelihood on their own initiatives and creativity?
We aren't getting anything here.
Will rural India see an unprecedented growth completely unchained to that of urban growth? And what is the rural economic scenario going to look like post-COVID? Let's find that out. First of all, rural entrepreneurship solves many problems altogether, like increase in economies of scale and scope, exposure to global competition, accelerated economic growth, and of course the very issue of unemployment.
It's very difficult to create jobs. So yes, the only option that is left is we have to look for entrepreneurial options both at the rural as well as urban level, so that more people are given a platform where they can come together and they can devise something to earn a livelihood, and they can take India's indigenous products, indigenous craftsmanship to a different level, which will definitely be recognized.
Ever since the 90s, India relied on a very few financial pillars. This lack of focus on spreading the economic engine to a wide geographical area led to massive migration in a few urban cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Kolkata, and many other cities. The COVID crisis has eroded the faith of the world in the Chinese government and in turn the Chinese factories. The world after COVID-19 will look for alternatives to China as a manufacturing hub in order to hedge the options, and no country will be better suited to avail this than India. Can we create village-based agro-industries in 600,000 villages of the nation and finally follow the model of Mahatma Gandhi that spoke about self-reliant villages? Officials in Bihar have already identified 2,500 acres of land that could be made available to investors, said Sushil Modi, the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. With all this talk around Atmanirbhar Bharat, the vision of rural entrepreneurship will align directly with the PM's vision to promote Indian-made goods on a global level. It must start with education, which goes further in shaping the world of the future than any other intervention.
What are we doing wrong right from the education level? And I would say goes right down to the primary education level. Not only the higher education, but with the primary education. We have to teach our students, or we have to change our curriculum and pedagogy in a way where our students, the younger, brighter minds who are going to lead the world tomorrow, can think creatively in an innovative way. And we should teach them, these entrepreneurial skills so that, they're in a position to take risks.
The next generation of workers, political leaders, and opinion formers must be trained and literate in the new priorities for the post-virus world. When this virus passes, we will have an opportunity to remake the world, to build sustainable, resilient, and harmonious societies.
So that they can also come up in the limelight. They are also visible to the world. That India is not only the urban India, the IT hub. India is actually known for the rural people who have a lot of creativity, which has been there for so many generations, and which have rightly been attuned or synced with the modern demands that the society needs.
We must begin with the food on our tables, where it comes from, how it reaches us, and what it means to us and to an entire section of the Indian society who have for long been left out of the national discourse and now finally may have the limelight they have waited for all these years.